Let's hit this. Here we go. The smoke is real. The greatest jig show on earth. Here we go. What's going on, people? Friday Night Live on Jig Squad. Faith first. What's going on, buddy? How are you? You guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell the story of what's happened tonight. So, Faith first, you're the only one in. So, here's the deal. We had some friends over tonight, my wife and I, and my sons, Gators, Andrew, fishing the 262. What's up, guys? I just wanted to get on tonight. Frank, what's going on, buddy? Frank, I got to tell you, dude, I just want to say, whether you are a jig maker or not, I appreciate you tremendously. Because you guys, listen, Frank is one of the individuals that always is supporting the streams of individuals that are putting out fishing stuff. So I appreciate him tremendously. Guys, I'll be honest with you. Here's why I got on tonight, because I haven't been on for a while. And I have a lot of different feelings on a lot of different things. So I won't make any declarative statements tonight, but there are a lot of people. Devin, what's going on, buddy? How are you? But I will give you guys a little bit of a treat tonight. So I with all my heart, you guys, with all of my heart, I wanted to start releasing some of the colorways from Shapeshifter Jigs, which is from Jig Squad. Tahoe, what's up, brother? Dude, I appreciate your yard shots on another level, dude. I really do. You guys, I got to be honest with you. I'm just going to throw it out there tonight. People will see some of this on replay. Some people might not see it at all. I'm seriously considering whether I'm going to continue with a regular showing of the lives. So YouTube has finally granted me with this, Brendan, what's up, buddy? YouTube has finally granted me with this upper echelon of you can finally ask for members of your site or sponsors of your site that people are paying $2, $3, $5 per month. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't in good faith say that I want to do that to people. Darkman, what's up, brother? How are you? ¿Qué pasa, amigo? I waited. I thought that after time, I'm like, you know what? They're going to sit there and sooner or later, they're going to be like, oh yeah, dude, you finally have reached 1,000 followers. You're going to be monetized and all these different things. And it never happened. And I thought for a while, I'm like, maybe I'll do memberships. And, I thought to myself, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't want to do memberships for people that don't have a couple of dollars to spare to pay for, to see the show. And you guys, listen, you guys are going to hear a lot of clarity from me tonight. I'm just going to be honest. So if you guys want to hear Mike Murphy Jig Squad stuff tonight, you're going to hear Mike Murphy Jig Squad tonight. And I had some friends over tonight with my wife and some family friends with my sons. And so it was a good night, But I said, I'm like, you know what? I want to go online. I haven't been online. Tyrone Bruce, what's going on, buddy? How are you? And so I'm going to show you guys something. You guys are going to see some colorways coming out of Jig Squad or Shapeshifter Jigs tonight. I'm gonna flat out show you. Hold on. I'm just going to hold this up. I'm going to show you some things tonight. And I probably shouldn't be doing this. I really don't care. Guys, listen, here's the deal. I ain't hitting it big in the jig scene. And I don't care about it anymore. Brown Brennan Brown, I appreciate you, dude. Guys, listen, I'm going to tell you something. You guys might get one of the most honest commentaries from me tonight that you've ever seen. And Tao Bass Life, yeah, Cuda with the juice. Maybe just because I, had a little juice tonight. I don't care. What you see is what you get with me. And what I'm going to talk to you about is what I'm going to say tonight. And you guys, I got to be honest with you. I'm really considering whether I want to continue with the lives. And more honest than the last one, right, Brennan Brown? I don't know. It just depends on what my new mood is. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know another way. You guys, listen. I'm going to say this straight up. I got a great job. I work with kids. I work at a high school. I'm extremely happy about that. I love my kids. I actually have 3 boys myself. I love my boys. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm a jig designer. And, there's a lot of different ways that this can go. But inherently, I want to spend some time going on other people's shows, to be honest with you. And I'm going to start putting myself out there to be available to other companies in the industry. They may say, we don't want you, Mike Murphy, Cuda. I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit if I swear. I don't care what YouTube says. Guys, I ain't making no money on YouTube. I'm straight up telling you. I inherently value the basis of what we've done over time is doing interviews. And I will do more interviews. I really will. But I refuse to bow to the industry. And part of the reason why I won't make it in the industry, I won't bow to the industry. And that's the truth. But I will tell you this. There's no one that tops me in terms of the design and style. So tonight, guys, his Cuda hit the bottle. Faith first. Let me tell you something. Weller, the Buffalo Trace brand is a fantastic place. Whether it be Buffalo Trace, Weller, E.H. Taylor, Eagle Rare, it doesn't matter what it is. It's a wonderful place. But listen, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Whether you catch me on a regular night, you catch me on a Saturday night, you're never going to get a different story from me. And you guys see I'm drinking DDP. So it doesn't matter what night of the week you catch me on. Andrew's saying, here, let me highlight it. Guys, I love this so much. I got to tell you, it's given me a lot of value over time. This is the Cuda I want to share the boat with. F-bombs and all. Guys, listen. When I'm making 372, hold on. Let me see if I'm going to share. I'm going to share. See if I can share the screen. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. YouTube. Hold on. I'm going to try and find this. It's going to recognize me. So I'm just going to show you guys straight up how this all goes. Because there's a lot of guys out there yapping their jaws, and I just want people to see what this is really all about. YouTube Studio, which is the performance platform. I funny enough, I had to go into my design software to create the heading for this. Wow, it's up to 13, 15 followers. This is freaking grand. All right, so let me see if I could do this. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to you guys, if you just hang in tonight, probably everyone's shows are done with, so you might as well come hang out with me. Matt, what's going on, buddy? I see you. Jig is up. I'm going to connect with you guys in a sec. Let me see. Present. Share screen. Let's see what we're going to do. I don't know what's going to come up. You're going to see. All right, guys, listen. You're probably seeing this. I don't know if you are. Let me go back to StreamYard so I can see. Yes, you are. All right, let me go back to it. I just want you guys to see. You see where my cursor is? I don't know if you can see it. 392 over right $3.92. I am freaking killing it. $3 over there, $3.92 right of center. It shows you how much I'm getting from YouTube, and that's per month. You know, when I was doing shows all the time, it was like $7-8 a month. But let me get back here. Let me do stop sharing screen. Stop screen. All right, so here's my beautiful ass again. So I just want you guys, people ask, they're like, hey, what has happened on YouTube? Guys, listen, let me explain to you why in a couple of months you can get one of Randy's jigs. Right. Can I get a loan to start a jig company? Gators, you absolutely can. Guys, listen, understand something, a couple of things. Can everyone see me? Is it my bald ass right in front of you right now? I just need to know because I'm sharing screens, I'm hitting buttons, I'm hitting Buffalo Trace. I got all the above going on. So I'm making like 88 cents a month. You are doing better than I am. Brown Bait Company, I love you, brother. Guys, listen. Does everyone see my mug? Yep, we can see you. Okay. All right. So, guys, listen. Here's the thing. I could go and chase down Gussie and whoever the hell else. You know, there's so many awesome people in this industry. I want to show you what I do. So I'm gonna lift this up so you guys could see what's going on behind me. I just want you guys to see. You see all that? Listen, don't let anyone ever tell you about how classy their ass is in what they're doing. This is it. This is the shop, right? I don't have my toaster oven up there because upstairs there's all the paints. Is like that, dude. Don't let anyone ever tell you about how classy their operation is. You know, this is me. I got this cool little half basement area going here. This is what I have. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to show you some things tonight. And I'm going to tell you why. I wanted to do. I'm going to tell everyone tonight. I don't care. Let's let it ride. Faith first. I appreciate you, brother. I want to make sure I didn't miss you. $2. Faith first. You're making minus $2. Bass, what's up, brother? You guys, I appreciate you, dude. Everyone that jumps in. You guys don't understand what you're in for tonight. Because this is the mother load of Shapeshifter jigs. So you're gonna see it all. None of this bullshit on Instagram or anything else. You're gonna see, and I'm gonna see. Let's see, make sure I get all the names right. All right. So let me explain something to you. All right. Mainstream, what's up, brother? Guys, I had a great time tonight, and my life is not always easy. And tonight I had a great night with a couple of friends, my wife and I, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I decided I wanted to get on here. I needed this. John Smith, what's going on, brother? Hold on. John, let's see. Guys, you got to understand. Hold on. Let's see if I can get closer. You got to understand. When I'm talking about molds, you know, listen, dude, there's some killer clowns out there. But dude, I'm 3 thick. I would say I'm 50 plus molds. And I'm 3 thick. I got a few over here. But you guys, everyone likes to see everyone's mess. So here's the deal. You know, everyone thinks they're classy. GFY. Go fuck yourself. Because here's what I got. This is all the things going on in the lab. And you know what, dude? I hope you enjoy this more than anything else because I do. And this one's for all of you tonight. You get to see and you know what? Here's the deal. You guys get to see, look at, you guys get to see over there too. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. My bait shop is a disaster right now. Colby, dude, listen, I'm going to tell you something. All these cats that say they got it all going on, so be it, dude. Good for them. You know, Jermaine's in the house. Colby's in the house. You guys listen, it doesn't look like I got these little moles left and right. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be vaping tonight too. You guys don't know that, but it's a Saturday night and I do that too. So that's how it goes. I really don't care tonight. Guys, listen, here's what's happening. I'm basically at a point investing into dual molds your own way. Guys, here's the thing. I just want to hear Brennan and Drake or anyone else that is hearing this. Guys, I live and die by my word. I'm going to tell you something. My career in jig making, here, look at, I'm going to go over there so you guys can see. Look at, guys, it keeps going. It keeps going. My career in jig making, there's no fancy in all this. Anyone that tells you it's fancy, that's not how it goes. I owe everything I have to Dual Molds, and I appreciate them tremendously for it. And I don't know how else to put it. Gators, none of the above. You know, this is the honest answer. No, this is the honest answer, guys. So I'm 50 years old. I quit smoking when I was 40 years old, and I quit smoking with an e-cig. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into all of it. You see me use my e-cig, which you guys never do. I don't care. There's no tobacco in this. There's nothing. Zero. So whatever you need to do on your journey, I appreciate you, and I hope you do it. Brown, let's see, faith first. Andrew's saying no, none of the Mary Jane stuff. Brendan, faith first is saying, Brendan, hopefully I can get an upgrade to you. Brendan Brown, yeah, like I said, above my ship, it's a total disaster. Guys, listen, here's the thing. We're as classy as the people we hang around with. And so I appreciate you guys, whether it be a Saturday night or whatever other night it is. I know I haven't been on. Guys, I don't know if the lives are going to continue in terms of a regular basis. What I will tell you is I'm empowered by the people that are online. And so somehow, some way I have to do something. And it may not be jig interviews anymore. It may be me breaching out into other people in the industry. But I want to show you guys something tonight. So Brown Vape Company is offering a quarter of its shop. Faith First is saying I made a homemade fly tying thing out of a metal clothes hanger. I'll have to send you a pic on Insta. That's fantastic. So Brown's trying to confirm some name stuff. All right, guys, listen. Here's the deal. I have to do this. I have to do this for myself. I fully intended to I really wanted to start putting out 5 packs of Shapeshifter jigs for $30 shipped. And I'm going to tell you something. I can't do it. I'm going to tell you why. I'm really sorry. I really wanted to do it. Gators, you're in chat, dude. I'm really sorry. I really wanted to do it, guys. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I have a pile. These are all things I'm using myself. You want to know why I'm not going to put it out? Because there's a final version coming. I'm just going to be honest with people. I just want to make sure I hit people's comments. I don't want to miss it. Tyler saying it's impossible to keep a jig room tidy. You know what, Tyrone? It's almost as if it's better when it's not. Here, let me show you the low end. So even when you go down to the low end, you know, like it's, dude, there's always something. There's always something brewing over in the corner, right? Dude, look, I don't even want to turn around and show you the other side. Yeah, dude, Tyrone, you are so true, brother. It is so true. You guys, I'm from Chicago. I'm Mike Murphy, and this is Jig Squad. And Shapeshifter Jigs, are coming to America. And I'm super excited about it. And I'm going to tell you, if anyone in chat, you guys listen, if you're on Instagram and you want to, if you want to get a preview, you got to message me. Debo, glad to see you again. Love some Cuda designs, especially them purple lures. All right, so listen, I'm going to show this for Debo. So, guys, I'm going to start showing this. And the reason I'm not releasing the Shapeshifter jigs yet is because I have a new a production mold that's being made. I am the Jigsquad MFer. I've been making jigs for a long time. And I have, you guys, I'm a do-it molds junkie, and I will back them till the day I die. But I got to tell you, I have a production mold coming, and I never thought I'd see the day. But hold on. This is for Debo. It's hard to see. You can't see the purple. But this particular jig, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm going to take pictures on Instagram. This one I call Smoke Show. Basically, you're looking at a smoke color, black, and a purple and black flake. That's called Smoke Show. I'm going to show you all of them tonight. You want to know why? Because I don't care. Because the industry doesn't want me, and I don't want them. Now, here's another one. This is my version. I call this Blues Brother. Black and blue with smoke and blue flake. Blues Brother. So let me explain the premise behind Shapeshifter jigs. You'll see a couple colors that are going to be a couple of standard type of colors. But the whole concept behind Shapeshifter jigs, they're an 1/8 ounce, 1/0 mustad 60-degree eye. 60-degree eye, I'm poked. 60-degree eye. Notice there's no paint in the eye. This is Blues Brother. Every Shapeshifter jig should be based off a translucency profile, meaning depending on the light profile and the bottom contour, it's going to change what that jig looks like. So it's going to look like what you traditionally want it to look like based on the color profile, but then it's also going to change depending on the bottom contours and composition. No one else in the industry has done anything like it yet. Why is a guy in his basement doing it? Because I'm Jig Squad. That's why. I'm Mike Murphy. I've been making jigs for 30 years, and I love it. So Debo's saying, let's click on Debo here. So would you throw it on a 7-inch medium heavy spinning rig? So Debo, very interesting that you said that. Okay, so the phenomenon with this jig, it's an 1/8 ounce, 1/0 60-degree vertical eye, no weed guard, micro football jig. Here's the phenomenon, guys. And this is something you need to apply to everything else you do. It doesn't mean what I say is what you should consider. It means you should apply to everything else you do. After the jig is weighed out with material, hand-tied, and painted, it weighs out at almost 3/16 of an ounce. 3/16 of an ounce. So what does that mean? That means that you should be able to throw these with your bait casters with some adjustments to your braking systems. Okay? Jig is up. I appreciate your words. JP Harrell, I didn't know I was doing a live tonight. I did not know as well. I just decided that guys, you gotta understand, I'm living on the cusp. I love everyone online that comes onto the shows, guys. You guys understand something. I showed earlier, I went on and I showed the YouTube studio. Guys, this is not about money to me. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to change the game. I want to design jigs that another company is going to turn around and say, Jig Squad, Mike Murphy, we want you to come design for us. And you know what? Maybe that day never comes, and I don't care. But what I would tell you is I have a custom mold being made with another company I'm working with that in about a month's time should be available, and all these colors will be available from me. I'm going to be selling them. This is not underboard. This is above board. I will be selling them. I will work with you to purchase these. The cost is going to be $6 a pop. Why? Because I designed them. That's why. They're going to be $6 a pop because you can't find anything else like them in the industry. They're hand tied, thread tied, 60-degree line tied. Let me show you a few more colors. All right. So here's one of the first ones. I'll post more pictures. This one I call Crack-a-Lack and Craw. 2-inch profile, 60-degree line tie. By the way, no paint in the eyes. Gators, thank you, dude. All right, this is it. You don't get that. I'm looking at the camera right now. You don't see the orange that I'm seeing, but there is a 4-staged orange color within Crack-a-Lack and Craw. I showed you black and blue. A couple other things I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you this. This is, whatever. Some people like these things. This is going to be hard to, there we go. This is cotton candy. Okay. Pink and white with a pearlescent profile. You guys, you're never going to see this again until they're launched. This looks good from a distance. This I call animal cracker. So it's hard to see, but you're going to start picking them up as they turn it. It's a pink and blue translucent that you're going to see. Again, hand tied, thread tied, 60-degree line tie. That's another one. I'm going to jump to these questions in 1 second because I don't want to miss you guys tonight. It's Saturday night. It's not like we got 100 people in the room. This is just Jig Squad. Guys, so let me tell you something about this jig. If you're in northern Illinois, not northern Illinois, northern smallmouth fishermen, there's a tube color that is like an amber black flake with purple flake that is one of the hottest tubes out there in the scene. Well, guess what? This is it. Purple gold. All right. So you've got purple translucency with basically a pumpkin black profile. Again, hand tied, 60-degree line tied. Look at that, guys. You see all the paint in that eye? No, you don't see any of it because there's none. This is what happens on Friday nights. All right, let's see. Now here's a little darling. I'm going to go to the comments in a section. Here's a little darling. You guys, you're never going to see this again because I'm not releasing all these things right away. But, let's just say Buffalo Trace has helped me freaking find my way tonight. This particular little gem I call Starlight. And this is everything's an 1/8 ounce. 1/8 ounce micro football finesse jig. No weed guard. But hold on. Let's show you the fancy. With the wire keeper. This particular little gem is black silicone with silver flake. Guys, listen, I want you to pay attention to some of this because you see the flare in this? I'm just going to tell you, I really don't care. If y'all go make this, I really don't care. You can go make whatever you want. See the flare on this jig? How many tabs do you think I'm using? Somebody guess. Y'all know I'm going light. With a Z-Man trailer. Colby, I love you, brother. All right, guys, tell me, how many tabs am I using? If you're a jig maker or you have any idea about any of that, what do you think? What do you think is in there? Because it looks like a full profile. I want to hear what people have to say. 1. Andrew's saying 1. 1.5 tabs. My people. All right, so here's the deal. Gators, 2. Guys, listen. 1.25 tabs of material in every single Shapeshifter jig. 1.25 tabs. So, let me explain to you why. And I'm going to keep showing you colors. You guys want to see more colors? You guys are going to see every color in the line tonight. I'm not supposed to do this, but Buffalo Trace loves me. So I'm just going to, Debo, I appreciate you, buddy. You find ways to be happy, my friend. And this is it for me. So this little gem, let me look. What do I got going here? This is, oh God, what the hell is that? Oh, I got to look. That's Houdini. That's freaking, all right, this one. All right, shit, I can't keep track. I got a couple green ones, but look at a sparkle on that little jewel. Everything is about translucency, guys. 1 1/4 tabs. So how do you accomplish some of those features? I would be a mess without my fishing and bait making. Colby, it's so true. It's like therapeutic. So I'm going to show you one in a second. You guys are going to die. Well, maybe you won't, but you should. This particular one, that one is called, I forgot. This particular one I call Houdini. Everything is about a 2-inch profile, right? That's the intent of the entirety of the jig. But the elements of everything is about translucency. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, you're going to start seeing these jigs come out. I don't know what else to say. Sounds great. Design as you will. But I designed them. Colby, I appreciate you, dude. The whole line is about translucency and that they're going to change color based on the bottom contour as well as the light penetration. And the reason I chose a 60-degree line tie is because I designed these to fish shallow rivers, but also shallow rocks on the Great Lakes. But where it also excels is swimming. And that's the reason I chose and moved to a 60-degree line tie. So not only is it representing a bottom contour type of bait, but it also can start moving into some of, and I'm going to move to that in a second, some of the swimming profiles of a bait fish type of profile or something unique or different than a bottom contour profile. Guys, I'm going to show you this color. The last one was Houdini. This particular one, okay, listen, I'm going to highlight this because he's been saying this lately, and I appreciate this so much. So Gators is about as young as he looks. Guy puts a stogie in his mouth. He goes out. He's catching fish, and he says it calls it fisher sizing. And I freaking love him for it, dude. It's so fantastic. Jig is up, Lurecraft. 1 full tab on an 1/8 ounce jig looks fantastic. I started seeing that with my own jigs. All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. So Jig is Up is talking about 1 tab. Guys, listen, let's be honest. 2 tabs, 2.5 tabs is a majority of what the industry. Oh my God, Debo. Dude, I'm going to say something about Debo in a second, guys. I'm going to make this comment. I'm going to say something about Debo. Guys, look at this one. It's hard to see, but as you start coming in, translucency with a little bit of orange. That's a brown pumpkin head from Do It Molds. The whole point of this jig is to imitate like a translucency of a crayfish moving, but it also moves into the crawl world. Listen, all right. So Colby says, what size hook? Gators, 1/0, a must-add 32786. It's extremely stout hook. Colby, I love the idea of swimming a football head. Does it wobble? It does, Colby. The slightest amount. And the only way you get it to move with the slightest amount is because of the lessening of materials. If you run 2 tabs on an 1/8 ounce football head, it doesn't wobble. But if you run less, 1.5 tabs, it will wobble. I'm using 1.25 tabs. Guys, I got to highlight this here for a second. Debo, all right. Debo says, I'm going to need a couple black and purple Cuda style. Love that you keep it real, brother. We've got to hook up and fish again. Guys, I'm just going to say something tonight. So if I get emotional, just allow me to be, because I wear my heart on my sleeve and that's how I live my life. So I'm just going to say my piece. I just want to say something. Debo just freaking gave more money than I've made on YouTube in the last 6 months. So I'm just making my point. So all I'm going to say is, Debo, I appreciate you tremendously, brother. A couple different reasons. One, because you support other people. Two, because you respect mental health. And three, because just character-wise, you are the dude you are. So for some of you guys, listen, I don't need your money. I really don't. I don't need your money. Debo's in a situation where he can do that, and that's great. It's the very reason why I haven't started channel memberships. It's just the truth. You know, I'm going to sell jigs. I want you to have stuff. And Debo's going to get an awesome box from me, dude. He's going to get a little bit of everything I have. But Debo, I appreciate you tremendously, dude. And I don't mind shedding a couple tears for you tonight, brother, because I appreciate you with my DDP on the back end of a couple of cool little shots tonight. But that's the truth, guys. Just understand something. Big or small, just be true to people, be honest with people, and be good with people. I have I'm going to show you some cool colors coming up here, but I so much, like Gators is one. Like, I so much wanted to sell some of these jigs. You guys, like, look at all these jigs. What am I going to do with all these jigs? I so much want to sell them to you, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's not the final version, because I have a mold being made with the company that I'm going to talk about later. A friend of mine that has an awesome jig that didn't have it in 1/8 ounce that wound up making the jig for me. So, Colby, a little shout out for you. Debo, you made my night, dude. You know, it ain't even about the money. I don't freaking care about the money. It's just the whole thing of, I don't know. It's just the whole thing of, like, when people are good to people in this world, I appreciate that. And Debo, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to take some of that money and I'm going to take all of it and I'm going to donate it towards materials for the kids part of the fishing club of the school the high school that I work at. So I don't know. You know, like I said, I don't need much, guys. I don't need anything in this world, but I just want to be around good people. So, whatever. I don't care that I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. That's just how I am. So, who loves Cuda and Debo? Frank, Frank, I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you on a lot of channels, you know. All right, let's see. Love design. Colby, I appreciate you. Debo, I'm running through here. Gators, Debo, if you haven't seen his show on Saturday night, he'll be on tomorrow night. He's an awesome dude. I love him to death. Yeah, Debo is the man. Daniel T, what's up, brother? What's up, guys? I'm just giving a little shout out. Tonight's my night, man. I gotta be honest. I'm gonna share a little info as we go along here. Gators, if you won't sell them, you just give them away. I will see you in the morning to pick them up. Gators, you have a batch on me, buddy. I'll send you the colors and you could see. All right, let's start showing the colors. All right, that's the last one. Let's do that last. All right, let's go in the order of what I put these together. All right, so guys, listen. Everyone loves the chartreuse jig. So I showed you a couple already. I didn't show you these. Guys, this is going to be the bread and butter of the whole freaking thing. These are the ones that are going to look at this. Look at this Limp Biscuit 2-inch profile. All right. Look at this, guys. This is not silicone. This is fine cut living rubber. I only have them in black, 1/8 ounce, 1/0 hook, wire keeper. Wait till you guys see the final version too, guys. Like I said, I have a mold being made, but these things are so limp compared to the silicone. And basically these things function similar to what you would use a hair jig for, a black hair jig. They're awesome, guys. And they're going to tear them up. Here's one of the ones I didn't show you earlier. Let me show you this. This is one of the first ones that I put out there. This one I call Blue Phantom Craw. This is a killer color. Guys, I have pictures of this thing slaying smallmouth up in Sturgeon Bay. Why am I not post them? I don't know. I'm not showboating, guys. These jigs, they are what they are. They're an 1/8 ounce micro football jig with an extremely stout football jig with no wire keeper. So if you want to swim them, you could swim them. So gators, this is right up your alley. Here's one that I'm super excited about. And I'm going to be honest with you. You guys you're not going to see the full glory of this. Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit. So here you go. Kuda, you've been putting in the work. These colors are dope. Dude, you guys, everything I put together, I decided you got to put something out different than what the industry's putting out. Guys, you know what? Here's the deal. People may not want to buy these. I don't care. I'm not starting a big business. I'm just selling jigs. I want to make a few bucks. And I want to change the industry. I want a big company to take me on and say, Kuda, you design jigs for us. This, guys, I call Pineapple Crush. There are 4 different colors in here. 2 different chartreuses, 2 different whites or clears and glitters. Pineapple chartreuse. This thing swum, guys, is next level. Extremely, extremely good. And I want to explain another point here while I'm on this. Unique color designs. JP, wait till you see some of the batch coming up. I don't care how long you stay on. I'm just going to do this. If you look at the wire tie, I've chosen to go black thread tie on every jig. And I'm going to explain to you why. There's an important reason. Because what is one of the hallmarks that people talk about when they see shad designs? There's always a shad mark, right? They always talk about something the fish are going to hone in on. Well, it's not a circle, but how do you not see that as a black tie? As that gets closer, hopefully you guys get to see a little bit more. You see there's more than going on than just a regular chartreuse. You know, it's not perfect, but that black is meant to highlight some things. I'm going to put that to the side so I can show you. All right, what else am I going to show you? Here, let me show you this. So I decided, I don't know what I'm going to call this. I think it's going to be called Trinity. All right. So I think I'm going to call this Trinity. And what I mean by Trinity is like a brownish pumpkin, chartreuse green pumpkin, and a black. So this is what I'm calling Trinity. Everything, again, black threaded tie, head cemented base. I don't know. I feel like I needed something like that, right? Like I'm coming up with all these other colors. You guys, you're not going to see this other night. I didn't intend on doing this. But whether you guys stay around or not, I don't care. It's all good. It's all going to be on recording. I needed to do this for myself tonight to put it all out there. There's some cool stuff coming. So I showed you. Here, I'll just show you again. This is that Phantom Craw. You guys, this thing slayed fish. This is going to be good for like a molten craw. That's and keep in mind, look at this, how it looks light, but then look at how it changes when I put my hand here. Do you see this? Guys, I'm telling you, the industry has been missing the mark in terms of translucency and how we change the effects of colors, whether they're translucent or not, and what they look like. So, Dustin, what's the best bait for catfish? Interesting enough, Dustin, I'm going to tell you something. It's not a jig. I am a cat fisherman. Some of my best friends are big cat fishermen on the Mississippi River, blue cats. We like to throw moon eyes. We throw baby carp, all kinds of shad, bluegill, obviously. I mean, if bluefish is most, or bluegills when we're targeting flatheads and stuff like that. But for you're mostly talking bigger shad and stuff like that when you're talking about blue cats, and that's usually south of me. We don't get a lot of blue cats on the Mississippi by where we're at. We're mostly channel cats and flatheads. Channel cats is cut bait. Flatheads, we're usually throwing bluegills or green sunfish. And then once you go for the bluegill, we're starting to talk about bigger shad, moon eye, stuff like that. Dude, no one's ever heard me talk about catfish before, but I won't say names, but I'm friends with some of the best catfishermen in the country. Maybe one day I'm going to bring him on because he does a lot of stuff on the lower Mississippi for blue cats. JP, yeah, it kind of has a blue crab look to it. So let me bring that up one more time. I'm going to show you another one in a little bit, but it definitely has a blue crab look to it. So it's funny. A friend of mine actually asked me to send him some. It has a blue crab look to it. So, guys, the intent behind Jig Squad, you guys understand. Listen, however you want to say that jig skirt looks, that is a tab and a quarter of skirting material. And the secret of why this happens is how you tie the skirt. Okay? You can accomplish that by either wire tying or thread tying. Okay? So just think about that. Everything is about how you create that profile of what that's going to look like. And then when it basically looks contoured, what it's going to look like in the water. But you want this original type of little arch to create that bulked head of a profile baitfish or a crawfish, because when you create that bulked head on a crawfish, the tailings is going to be a little more dispersed. Okay? So listen to me. Don't listen to me. Do as you will. All right. So jig is up. I really like that JP comment about blue crab because I love blue crab. So jig is up lure crab. I've heard some people speculate the color changes spook fish. I personally don't buy that. Gills and shad have so much natural color shift. It's incredible. I 100% agree. So color shift is it's not even okay. So we talk about color, but I believe that fish look at things in terms of shades. So everything is going to be a shade of a colorant in terms of how it looks in the water. That is what I believe. Other people will tell you other things. I don't care what they say. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm just saying that, let me give you an example. I have caught 5 to 6 pound bass on white chatterbaits in chocolate milk water close to the shoreline in April in Illinois. Why? Because they heard the vibration. They didn't see the color. Color matters when you get into clearer water. That's the truth. Everything else is about movement and how it looks. I mean, colors catch fishermen. Once you get into darker water, you're done. Colors don't matter anymore. I 100% believe that. It's about movement. It's about flow. It's about amount of material that causes how much displacement of water is going to occur. That's what I think. So, there's a lot of guys out there that have 50,000 followers and they have all their ideas. That's fine. Everyone has their ideas. And I'm Mike Murphy and this is Jig Squad. So, all bassed up. What's up, buddy? How are you? A pleasant surprise. I know, for me too. Bass. See, this is a great comment. Wow, it looks like more. Yes, right? It looks like more. And the reason is, let me see if I can separate here. The reason is because the amount of wraps that I decided to do on the collar, you know, there's some guys out there on the West Coast. I'm not saying names. It's just, it is what it is. I'm too old to be in a pissing match with people. People will say, "Oh, your red ties look like shit." Yeah, go fuck yourself. I mean, here's my thing. I tie these with that intended flair because I'm trying to create that bait fish profile on the head of that bait. Does that make sense? All right, let's see. I want to highlight what Faith first said. Y'all, I'm officially stupid. Won a $50 gift card to Omnia from Shane Flint's digital tournament. I was using Dad's credit card with his permission, which is always good. You should always get your dad's permission. To the $53 Rapala scale butterfly, I don't know, something card. All right, well, dude, you were close. You were just about 50. Good for you, dude. Take the bucks. You're good for me. Good for you, brother. Crabs move sideways. You know what, Adam? It's so funny. I keep I have this little fly design that I made with like a scouring. I don't know how to describe it, like a scouring pad that I made of some crabs that were like turned sideways on the hook. Yeah, very true. And I really think that actually didn't Z-Man come up with like a bait like that? I really think it's a valuable bait, especially if it could hover in the water a little bit, particularly in saltwater applications. I will say that I don't know anything about it when it comes to like tidal systems and stuff like that. Like I don't know how to use blue crabs in that case. You ask me how to use blue crabs for tarpon underneath passes, I could tell you how to do that. Funny enough, from a guy from Chicago. Faith first. Come on, now I got to stay on this. I would have owed him $3, and now I owe him $50. Faith first. Get your ass out in the yard and work it off. Tell your dad you're going to do whatever the heck you need to do to earn the dollars off, and just say yes even when you don't want to. I don't know if that's good advice, but that's the one I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I know you got a face palm as a follow-up, but you get out there and work in the yard, young man. That's what you should do. I'm just telling you. I had the 3 Murphy boys working in the yard today, and they did a good job. Sometimes it's a lack of effort, but sometimes today was a great day. All right, Dan says, I think color changes help me catch more fish. I tend to get baits that will shift. Okay, my current PB was caught on a bait. The skirt shift colors. Okay, so this is a great comment, and this plays off of some of the things I'm talking about. So as much as I will tell you that colors are just shades in the water, translucency in the water and the amount of light that it transmits is important as well. And the way you accomplish that, and guys, I understand. Listen, let me be real clear on this. The reason I'm putting all these color combos out on Instagram is because when somebody decides to use them or copy them or do whatever they're going to do them, so be it. I don't care. You know, it is what it is. The industry is filled with flattery and imitation, but no one can ever tell me that I didn't come up with some original color designs. You know, so I'm going to show a few more in a second. Let me get through some of these questions here. Brendan says, if you throw a green pumpkin Senko in a muddy water, you do not catch. You throw a dark or super bright color, you will catch fish. So I think it matters. It really does. And I think every time we think we know the answer, I think the opposite is indeed true sometimes, which is very interesting. Andrew, who is fishing 262, said I had lots of ideas that led me to 5 for 8.9 pounds in the last derb. All right. Well, Andrew, then you got to do better than that, buddy. That's a dog days of summer tournament, but maybe that's okay. You know, sometimes you get a 10-pound tournament, right? Tyler. All right. All best up. Doing good. Tying up some jigs for the markets this weekend. Good. Kuda missed the point completely. Faith first, I probably did, buddy. I'm a couple in. I'm just gonna be honest. Reach out to Omnia and cancel your order, then order again with the gift card. All right, so somebody is obviously in good advice. Dad advice. John, I'll email them. Thank you. All right, Faith first. What does he say here? I've worked in the yard a lot recently due to storms. So he said that if I keep doing yard work and cleaning inside and babysitting the little sis, I'll be all right. But I still want to pay him back. Buddy, just work hard, dude. Your dad's going to be happy with you if you work hard. He may kick you in the ass a little bit, but that's okay. Keep working hard, dude, and be genuine. Look him in the eye and be genuine. Good, bad, or in between. Doesn't matter. As long as you look him in the eye, be genuine. You're a good dude, buddy. I appreciate you tremendously for being around the show for as long as you have too. And I have complete faith in you. Brown saying I need to prime 3 baits, fix a waterlogged crack TK, so I need to mask up. See you, buddy. Peace. Kudos 3 sheets to the wind and loving it. I refuse to respond to that question. But I have more jigs coming. So the next, Frank, this one's for Frank. So the next jig coming in this line is the one I call River Splash. All right, so here, let's do. There's 2 river splashes, so let's do both. You guys tell me which one you like more. All right, so there's 2 distinct differences. All right, this is river splash, but the head is candy purple. This is river splash with the head candy purple. Okay, so basically you're dealing with like a mintish green, a light purple translucent, and a blue translucent. The colors really work well together. It's the same color combo of the skirt, but it's with a purple skirt. So I'll leave this one up here, and then let's look at the other one. See, I'll hold them side by side. Then the next one is the same thing. It's River Splash. It just looks different for whatever reason because of the head. Let me see if I can hold these together. All right, one is with candy purple head, and one is with alewife head. Oh, shit. This is really interesting. This is like... I'll have to post some good pictures on Instagram. This up-down is the exact opposite, and my skills tonight don't allow for that. But anyway, that's the color profile, River Splash. What do you guys think of that color? What do you guys think of River Splash? I designed this based to pull off the translucencies and the pearlescence that you basically get off of a bait fish, right? It's not meant to be any one over the other. Alewife, right, Adam. So technically the head on this one, I used the head color of alewife. Right. So basically alewife is the color profile. This one I use candy profile. Or candy purple, which I really like. And to be honest with you, I might offer this jig in both colors. Why? I don't know, because I like both. It's you see the value in both, right? The alewife brings out the lighter tones, and the candy purple brings out the darker colors a little bit more, particularly the purple. Adam, yeah, I know. Like Adam says alewife, right? That's exactly. Let's see what Frank says. Yeah, John, I mean, it was so funny. Like I put those colors together and I couldn't decide. I'm like, candy purple, alewife. I'm like, I like both. And to be honest with you, I've been running that color. So just so you guys know, any of these colors are going to come out in the Shapeshifter jigs. In this micro football jig, they've been around for a long time. They're nothing new, but the head I couldn't decide on. So Frank's saying, not even lightning is stopping me tomorrow. I'm just going to fish. And my buddy John, he's about a half foot taller than I am. Good for you, dude. Get at it, Frank. I'm excited for you, dude. You know, listen, I'm going to tell you something. The wife, he said to me the other day, she's like, I don't know how to put this. I'll just tell it exactly like the story is. So a good friend of mine, retired Chicago, actually not Chicago, Alsip, suburbs of Chicago firefighter. He has a place right outside of Little Sturgeon Bay, and he's like, Murph, he's like, I gotta head up there. He's retired, and he shouldn't be driving right now because of a surgery he had on his back. He's like, Murph, the only way I can go up is if you drive. And I'm like, damn. I have a couple of meetings next week that I have to manage. And I feel horrible. I'd like to go up there with them because I'm fit. So I turned 50. You guys all sit there and wonder sometimes. You're like, oh, Kuda's young. He says crazy shit. No, I'm not, dude. I'm bald. I'm 50 years old. I'm young at heart. But I have some friends that are retired now too, right? Some young friends, but some friends that are retired too. And he's like, Murph, I want you to drive the truck and the boat and go up to Sturgeon Bay. And it broke my heart because I'm like, I can't. I got a couple of meetings next week that I have to be at. And but I'm going to tell you something, like, be good to other people around you. If there's other people that help you out with fishing or stuff like that, be good to them. You know, there's a day where some of us will not be able-bodied, right? So we should be good to the people around us. And so love your friends and be good to each other, right? Bash, you turned 60 in May. Fantastic. Good for you, buddy. Frank is saying, listen, I got to say this. John says Frank doesn't raise that rod too high. Frank says, oh, let me highlight it again. Kuda, bass season is finally open for John Smith and I. Good for you. Frank, are you Canada? You got to be Canada if you're saying that. Frank saying if my line starts floating in the air, I'm lying down with my arms over my head. You know what? Somebody said the other day, they're like, is it possible that I could work a jig from the passenger seat of the boat? I said, absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, listen, I'm not down to chasing. I'm a river rat. You guys got to understand. And if somebody called tomorrow and said, Murph, let's go to the river and get in the water, I'm in. And I'll be this deep in the water. And if I go floating away, I know, just kick your feet up. Just freaking float. That's all you got to do. So, all right, let's see. I don't want to miss anything else. I'm going to show a few more colors here. Yeah, George, absolutely. Andrew says, by the way, when I say Andrew, guys, Fishing the 262 is Andrew. Andrew Sheehan, one of my good friends, up in Wisconsin, even though he's a lot of miles away from me. My two best fishing buddies are gone. Cheers every trip you get with the guys. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? All right, let's go. Colors. You guys want to see light or dark? What's your call? All right, I'm going to go dark. I really want to see what people have to say. Give me an honest opinion on this. All right? And it's okay. Good, bad, or in between. All right, so let me explain this. Everyone talks about a blueback herring color. Oh, John, interesting. Jig is up. I like that, dude. Cut my teeth, wait in. All right, so listen. I want your give me honest opinions on this, you guys. All right, so I've heard the industry talk forever about blueback herring. Okay? Blueback herring. So I'm going to be honest with you. Most bait fish don't have a heavy color profile. They don't. They have a translucency and iridescence to them, even blueback herring. Okay? That's the truth. Blueback herring are green. I know I freaking Adam. I know. But I'm going to be honest with you. I decided I'm going to make a blueback herring jig that is going to overfocus on the blue color. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you why I designed it this way. And I just want your opinion on the jig. Okay? I designed it this way because I honestly believe the psychology, this is going to be interesting. It's going to play off what Adam said. The psychology of what a fisherman says a blueback herring looks like is in their mind, more blue than what it really is. It's actually more of a turquoise based, which I did not design this jig as. And I have another version that I haven't released yet. But this is my version of a blueback herring to satisfy the fisher peeps. You guys tell me what you think. Honestly, if you think it's too much blue, the head color is smoke. Take the hand away so you guys can get an idea of the translucency. I'll turn it a little bit. I know it looks cockeyed, but that's because I'm half cockeyed. I honestly, give me some comments of what your thoughts are. I'll keep talking while you guys talked, while you guys think. All right, the concept is, how do you make something look bluish without overdoing it with blue? And I want you to know, the least amount of color in this whole jig is the blue. You wouldn't believe that, but here, these colors are not blue, and they look blue. And the reason they look blue is because literally on this side of the jig, no joke, this side of the jig, there's literally only 2 strands that are, I'll hold it. There's literally only, how many? There's only 2 strands. Hold on, let me count. There's literally only 2 strands that are actually blue. All bassed up. I thank you, dude. Isn't that crazy, dude? So there's literally only two strands. I'll pull them out. That strand, and there's one more. There's literally only 2 strands that are blue. And these other ones in here, guys, they're like a clear translucency or a gray. And I know it's on camera, right? So maybe that might be a little better right there. And then on this top half, here, look, I'll pull it aside. How many are here? There's more. One, hold on. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 strands. There's 6 strands in that half that are blue. But the overall profile of the bait, everything starts to, this is a great example of the translucency of a bait. Once you start talking about grays, smokes, this is what baits start to look like. So this is my version of blue herring. You know, I think it's, I honestly think it's the hardest color to replicate in the industry. All right, I'm just going to keep going because I just want you guys to see. I want you to see them all tonight. All right, guys. This is hard to see. This is not coming through the way it should. Hold on, let me see. This I call push-up. There you can see the orange a little bit more. So there's a little bit of orange. I don't want to call it chartreuse, but it's a little bit of yellowish orange. That shows it a little bit. That's a fair representation of the jig right there, I think. But then you get a little more orange when you go out like this, right? I call this push-up. I don't know. Push-ups were awesome when I grew up. So what else we got? I showed you blue herring. I showed you river splash. This one I call green goblin. This one's coming too. This is based on like a watermelon, and I wanted to use a brighter green in here, translucency. Oh, let's see. All right, you see how the color changes, you guys? And you see the flare of the head? Yes, Adam, you're exactly right. Push pops. I call them push-ups. That's exactly what that orange is supposed to be. This color, so the people that call like summer craw, like this would be my version of like a summer craw, right? I call this one green goblin. And the reason is because I tried to get elements of multiple greens in there that were going to, you see how that looks? You know, when the light hits it. It's just, it changes based on how much light you're getting. And the reason I did that is because I realized that a bait like this can be swam. And you know what? The northern fishermen, I'm just going to say it, classically, they won't tell you all this, but they will use a 90-degree line tie, football head, okay, with their Kitex and stuff like that. They'll retrieve that as part of their swim bait. I designed this bait. Wait, guys, when you guys see the final version of this, I will show the jig. But I have to wait until it's finally done. It's a production mold that's being made. I'm using this. These are my own pours, but I have a production mold being made. And it's why I've held off on selling these. Because I want that final version to be done. I want it to be 100% Jig Squad, right? I designed this jig to fish in shallow water. Primarily, I'm a river fisherman, but it fishes in smallmouth waters, even largemouth waters, and shallow water to be cast up shallow because of that bulked head. Because that bulked head, the way it's tied, it allows for to be pushed off just a bit where it's not getting caught in some of the grass. I've designed it primarily to be a rock-based river system, shallow water jig that also excels on the Great Lakes from shallow water into deep water. What I've also found is that the swimming capabilities of it with largemouth is tremendous. Guys, this hook on here is as stout as you can get. Let me give you an example. So one of the things that I do, you guys hear me talk about this stuff all the time. Maybe I'll do a show on this one time. So the heat shrink, I put heat shrink on my jigs when I'm making little pieces of heat shrink on my jigs when I'm heating them to keep the paint off the head. So I just want to show you something. Let's see if this shows up. I don't know if it will. Does that show up? All right. So on the, wait, I got to make sure I get this right. So on my right, your left is the 1/8 ounce heat shrink. Okay. This typically goes on jigs that are 3/8 ounces or higher because you're using a 3/0, 4/0 style hook. Okay. This size heat shrink, which is 3/32, I usually put this on the eye of a smaller size jig, 1/4, 1/8 ounce. I'm having to use the larger size heat shrink on these jig hooks because of how stout they are. So basically what I'm saying is I would say that this 1/0 basically functions in the capacity of like a 3/0 plus hook. So a couple of things. One, the reason that's a big deal is that and I'm going to tell you guys this because no one thinks about this in the industry. And sometimes you guys have. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's nothing new. But these 1/8 ounce jigs, okay, these 1/8 ounce jigs are an 1/8 ounce head. But after the head is painted, after the skirt is tied, after the thread is put on, after the wire keeper is put in there, okay, these weigh out at almost 3/16 of an ounce. And the reason I'm telling you this, because if you're a bait caster person and you can function with a 1/4 ounce jig and cast or whatever you're using, you can adjust and make accommodations to make a 3/16. Here's the other thing. Not only is this a 3/16 ounce jig, it's a 1/0, okay? 1/0 1/8 ounce jig that weighs out at almost 3/16 of an ounce. Once you put plastics on it, it's well over that. But what I want to tell you is when you're normally running a 1/4 ounce jig or a 3/8 ounce jig and you're putting a plastic trailer on there, you're adding weight on that already. So what you think is a 3/8 ounce jig and you're adding plastic onto is really about a 5/8 ounce jig. A 1/4 ounce jig is probably a 3/8 ounce jig. So even though I'm trying to upsize this jig as being heavier in weight, it's still less than what you're regularly used to casting. So what I'm telling you is you should familiarize yourself with the braking capabilities of the bait caster you're using. I'll be honest with you, I'm not throwing this jig on a bait caster. I'm throwing this jig on a spinning rod. Medium action, 7 foot. What type of trailers am I putting on? There's a new Maxent trailer called is it the Little Trooper, the one that has a little more of a flanged trailer? It's awesome, dude. The other thing I like on here is a small 2.75, either a Biospawn swim bait or a Kitech. And I also like a Zoom. I'll still go back and tell you I like a Zoom finesse worm. A cut off section of a Zoom finesse worm just flapping in the back. Tom Mix. Hey, what's up, buddy? He says, Push Pop sounds like a Bad Boys Police show. I've been silently observing Jig Squad because I'm not fully recovered from my unplanned nap. Good for you, buddy. You know what that's called? That's called drinking before 6 p.m. That's basically what that's called. All right, so a few more colors. All right, so I forgot what I'd call this one. Frango Mint. This is some grains again with some whites. This is also going to translate into a great swimming bait. Everything's 1/8 ounce, guys. I showed you the push-up one. That's Frango Mint. What else do we have here? Oh, here, Green Goblin. You guys seen Green Goblin? I thought you saw Green Goblin. That's Green Goblin, multiple green colors. You saw River Splash, Push Up, Green Goblin, Pineapple Crush. You guys saw Pineapple Crush. I don't think you guys saw Sand. All right, so let me talk to you guys about Sand. Yeah, Adam, I would prefer that over everything else. But funny enough, like I'll even use the old school straight tails too. So this one I call Sand. I don't know how this is going to show up on computer. Oh yeah, you get a little bit. Okay, yeah. So you guys 100% can't tell, but there's 4 colors in there. Some have 3. Majority have 4 colors. All right, I'm going to show that again. You see how everything shows out a little differently. It almost appears a little bit gold-like. This is a great color. And the reason I designed this color, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you what else it's good for. This is a great bait for inside river bends. See, I'm used to fishing smaller river systems. Inside river bends, which typically gain a little more salt. What am I saying? Sand. Because what if you're a river fisherman, and whoever was talking about fishing creeks earlier and stuff like that, you will know that outside river bends classically will be a little bit deeper, okay, on classic bends in a river than inside river bends. Inside river bends will be a little classically a little more sandy, slow sloping, sandy until you drop into the main river channel, and then possibly even deeper on the outside river bend or a rock type situation. The reality is that fish will come up onto those shallow inside river bends feeding, and they will force shad and stuff like that up onto those bends. Now, that's me talking about river fishing. But outside of that, where this also excels is in the Great Lakes or any pond fishing, right? Where you two things. One, if you're a Great Lakes fisherman or a smallmouth fisherman, sand into rock transitions. Imagine that coming through the water. I call it sand. This color is sand, right? Because you see the sand and something moving, that's Shapeshifter jigs, right? But what it also will double as, if you want to swim this is a classic, great color for like a golden, shallow toned golden shiner. It really is. And you're getting a lot of washout from the white, but you see some of the glitter in there, the scaling. But that's how I design the jigs, guys. It's I don't know what to say. The whole goal is to focus on translucency. Yeah, Adam, you say that, dude. That is like it's legendary. I don't know. You guys, why am I going over this? So I want to tell everyone why I'm doing this. I started Jig Squad because I wanted to interview, and I'm going to keep saying this. I want to do more live shows. I'm definitely going to do more live shows, but I want people to know that I started doing these live shows and interviews because I wanted to interview jig makers from around North America. I really did, but I'm just being honest, guys. What happens is we tend to repeat ourselves as the months go by. That's the truth, and there's so many great things that people do, but and I like talking about it because I really, guys, I'm a jig maker. That's what I do. But I wanted to add some more things into it. There's gonna be some other shows coming out. There's gonna be doing some things that I kind of talked about doing that I'm not gonna chase. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna get online once in a while. You guys either think Murphy's a character, and I kind of want to hear him talk, and I'm just gonna be honest and genuine. I honestly want to tell you guys about the Jig Squad experience and what it's like trying to design a jig line. And I'm selling jigs. A long time ago, I talked about like I'm not selling jigs and all that stuff. And I decided, you guys, here's the thing. This is how it goes. I'm 50 years old. I showed everyone earlier at the beginning of the stream, I'm making $3.82 a month on YouTube. I'm not trying to make money. And to be honest with you, tying jigs and thread tying things and baking them and putting the skirts together myself, because they're all custom skirts. There's none of this BS made by somebody else. It all takes time. Is it worth, if you figured it out, your time, is it worth it? No, absolutely not. But why am I doing it? Because I'm going to do it small batch. I'm not doing it large scale. I'm going to put out small batch releases of colors. I've sure showed you, there's a couple colors I haven't shown you. And it's not because I didn't want to. It's because I just don't have them in front of me. Actually, hold on. Let me see. If I have a bluegill, I'm going to show you my bluegill. I actually want to show you. I want to show you my bluegill tonight. But it's going to be in another jig. A little different scale color. You guys want to see my bluegill tonight? It's gonna be a different version of this. But this is my bluegill that I've been making for 20 years. 20 years, you guys. A long time. 20 years. Bass is in. I'm sure everyone's in. Frank, you work for the London Transit Commission. I'm on the crew that cleans, fuels, moves buses around the depot. We also do maintenance. Wow, that's Colin Bluegill. All right, guys, listen. My bluegill is different than any bluegill you've ever seen. And I will tell you, me, personally, I think the most phenomenal jig in the entire industry is people's versions of bluegill. Because they're so unique. So many different color profiles. I love them all, and I like seeing them all. But I'm going to show you my bluegill. This is an old school. Oh, let me see what we got over here. Chatterbait. I'm going to show you two. You guys want to see a chatterbait or like weed guarded jig? Which one you want to see? They're both going to look similar. I'm going to show you the chatterbait. Why? Because I'm going to spill the beans. We want the bluegill. Okay. I'm going to show you the chatterbait, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to show you the chatterbait. This is actually an old school one. Look at it's still rubber guarded. See, guys, I don't make. Hold on, let me silence the material. This is my bluegill. Seems crazy, but let me get a little closer. Let's see if you can see the orange in there. You start to see the orange a little bit. Guys, understand something. I made these jigs. This is almost a 20-year-old jig. This is a better representation. This is almost, look at, and you know it's an old school jig because look at, I haven't changed it, guys. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I don't bullshit people. That's just straight up how I am. I thread tie everything now. I do wire tie. I like wire tie. Here, I'll show you wire ties. Oh, what's that? Hold on. Let's see. Oh my God, is that a color that's going to come out in tightrope jigs? Oh, don't show that. Let me see what else. What else we got? Yeah, I'm just saying, like there's things that are, but this color, guys, if you want to know what Jig Squad's all about, this is it right here. This before every other color I showed you tonight. And you know what? If anyone takes my colors, GFY, I really don't care. I'm going to tell you something. That's my bluegill. And so many awesome bluegills out there in the industry, you guys, right? But that's Jig Squad's bluegill. Looks dark there, but look at that. This is why Shapeshifter Jigs was born. Look at, there's a lot of material in there. There's a lot of material in there. But this is the original bluegill. And you would be shocked at the color profiles. I know, Gators. Dude, listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is going to come out in the Shapeshifter Jigs line. It's going to be a color. I could be wrong, guys. Listen, the industry is a fickle place, Listen, I don't know who's out there tonight. I know who's out there. I don't know who's going to watch on replay. Listen, here's the deal. Let me explain how this goes. I'm selling jigs. I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm selling jigs, and I'm going to sell jigs, and my entire goal is sooner or later somebody's going to pick me up as a designer. I'm a designer. I want to design jigs for somebody else. That's what I want to do. And I don't know what else to say. I don't have the gumption to run this industry and play the BS games and kiss people's ass. It ain't happening. I'm not doing it. I am going to work my designs, and I'm going to work for somebody else. I want to design so somebody else does the work. That's the truth. But this is my bluegill, guys. And I promise you, this is going to come out. And I don't know. There's so many different things that can happen with Jig Squad Live. I'd rather get on and just do this. Colin, bluegill's my favorite color to make because I can make 15 variations. It's so great that you said that. Here, let me highlight it, Colin. There are so many cool different colors of bluegill, and I've seen so many, but I've never, this is mine. This is mine. This color, I want to say this in honor of my mentor that is deceased now, 20 years ago. I designed this color. Not with my mentor. It was my design. But he taught me how to put skirts together back in the day before I had cool little contraptions. And I've had this color for 20 years. 20 years, you guys. And I'm finally putting it out there. And I know people, sooner or later, somebody's going to use the same color. I don't care anymore. Everything I put on social media, I know I own. And if somebody else does it, so be it. Take it if you will. Screenshot. These are original jigs, guys. This is the do it molds. Look at, you can see the head on this. Let me see if I can get close. You see see how it's dripping a little bit towards the eyelid? This is a do it molds flat eye, 60-degree flat eye mold. Great jig mold. And this is one of 2 colors that I originally started this design in. And here's the other one. By the way, I don't care what anyone says. This is my chatterbait. There's no split rings on my chatterbait. This is how I do it. Yeah, that's right. I don't sell chatterbaits, so I don't really care what anyone says. Come after me. Send me a letter. I'm Jig Squad. That's how we do things. We make things. Look at the island on that. Z-Man doesn't even have that big of an island on that freaking chatterbait. But anyway, all right, let's see. You guys get to see it all tonight. What else do you get to see? Colin, thank you, buddy. Dan, you say, I want that jig you held up from the back table. Daniel T, which one are you talking about? The purple and chartreuse one? I'll wait to see what you say, buddy. If you connect with me on Instagram, you just gotta let me know, and I can talk to you about things that are coming. I don't know if you're talking about that purple and chartreuse one. There's one. Oh my God, there's lots of good things coming. Let me see. You guys ever see this one before? Tom, what's going on? This one's not out anywhere. This is like a swim bait color. Look at this little gem. You see that? That's wire tied. A little long in the skirt for me, but that's you see that? People don't like orange. I like orange. That's a good one. That's inspired by my guys at True South Custom Lures. That had the eye on it. Dan, let's see. Gators. Dude, listen, let's see what else we can bring up for you guys tonight. All right, let's see. You guys, here. I'm just going to show you some other things around the shop. Some cool things. So, I forgot. I can't put that up there. You guys want to see? You want to see the spinner baits that I made? Yeah, Dan. Let me show that again for you, buddy. I got 2 of them, and these are actually designed with the Do It Molds hybrid grass jig. But these are colors that potentially may be coming out in the freaking they don't look as good right there. Hold on. So basically, yeah, look at that. That's classic Jig Squad right there. Translucency. Look at that. Look at that eye on that baby. Bass is saying I put a few strands of orange in almost all of jigs. Yeah. Yeah, Dan, that might be it. All right, so let's see. Let's see what else you get to see. Here, look at this one. Did I show you guys the one that was like that purple goby? Here's the one I made with a football head. Look at this. So it's like that purple goby with like a little white pearlescent underbelly, and the head is a football. I don't do custom requests, but what else? You guys want to see what else is on the table around here? See what's going on? What else do we have? All right, what else is going on? I know a couple old boys named Bubba that can enforce the Jig Squad patent. Just saying. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of scoundrels out there. What are we going to show? All right, good stuff. What are we going to show? What are we going to show? Oh, God, I know what we can show. Hold on. All right, so let's see if I should show that or not. I got to see. Oh, shit, there's some stuff upstairs. What else can we show? Paints? No, you guys want to see paints. You want to see jigs. You want to see jigs, right? All right, let's see. Did you guys see the Larry Hadley jigs? Did you guys see the Larry Hadley jigs on the last show? Maybe you weren't on. All right, so in case you didn't hear, let me show the picture. This is really late. What's going on here? I'm trying to open my phone up. Don't mind me. 1906. It doesn't recognize my face tonight. So, did you guys hear? I told you about what happened to my son. So we had some complications. That's his left arm. Couple of complications. So we're not going to Costa Rica. So a couple of things changed. Anyway, I had these jigs made up. Yeah, I know it wasn't good. He's got rods in his arm now. Great kid. I love Emmett. But anyway, I had some jigs made up from one of my favorite guys, Larry Hadley, right? And the heads look as spectacular as a Larry Hadley, the angler, could ever look. But I go, Larry, I need some white bucktails. He goes, just white? I said, yes, just white. Nothing else. He goes, what about everything else? The heads. I go, you could jazz them up however you want. So, by the way, I just happened to I put it in my own little box. Gave me a nice sticker. He's a nice fella. You guys see this yet? No? Hold on. Let's see. This is like the grand. Oh my God. Look at this. Supreme. Let's do this. Look at that. Look at that. 3/4 and 1 ounce bucktails. Look at the fantastic threads on there. All white bucktails. You don't need more than that. Look at this. Let's pull this one out because this is my guy. This is how he does things. So I just want white bucktails. You know. By the way, Larry will tell you I paid him for all these. I paid him. You want to know why? Because I appreciate him as a designer. But hold on, wait till you see this head. Guys, there's no better. He's the best in the entire industry. Hold on, look at this head. And I'm not even doing it justice here. Hold on. It's not as clear as I'd even like it to be. These are supposed to be for my Costa Rica trip. 1 ounce and 3/4 ounce bucktails. So we're not going. We canceled. But they will get used next summer. But this was my latest edition. And I'm so proud to have these. I put them in their own box. This is the box. This is the box they were going to travel in. That would be a great giveaway tonight. You are out of your mind. If you want Larry Hadley jigs, guys, listen, let me tell you something about white bucktails, right? White bucktails, if you look at Milliken Fishing and what this guy's doing, he's throwing white bucktails on these southern impoundments, right? Or Tennessee River Valley systems. He's throwing white bucktails. And what he's doing, he's casting out, crank, 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 stop. Let it fall a little bit. Crank, 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 crank. Let's stop a little bit. This is white bucktail fishing. The Minnesota guys will tell you that too. White bucktails are a big largemouth bait. What's the name of a Ryan? Gosh, why don't I remember Ryan's last name? He's fishing on the Bass Pro Tour. He has a swim bait company. Who's out here that knows who I'm talking about? Ryan. Gosh, what is Ryan's last name? See, I feel bad forgetting. That's hard. This is tough. I don't remember the name. And whatever. I'm not gonna check. But anyway, he fishes. He has a shuttlecock after the badminton term. He had Ryan JP, you got it, buddy. Ryan Salesman. He has and what's his name? What's the name? It's True. It's not True South. What is it? I forgot. But his Ryan Salesman fishes on the Bass Pro Tour. His company produces a lot of awesome swim baits, but he also has a new bucktail jig that he calls the shuttlecock. And it's a fantastic jig that just kills them down south. But I mean, it's one of those things. If you need white bucktail jigs and something reasonable, look up Larry Hadley. He's got phenomenal designs. You talked about head colors. You've seen me spotlight him here. Let me show you. Let's see how much this shows up. I know it doesn't show up great. I'm literally using the computers, my laptop's. The point being, he just makes some fantastic jigs. Probably, I'm sure you can make you half ounce if you really want them, but 3/4, 1 ounce, even bigger than that, whatever size you're looking for. And he's one of the best painters in the whole industry. So there's a spider right there. We're gonna have to put that guy down. Smackarelli. So, but anyway, folks, True Jim's got it. True Bass, that's what it is. Gators, you were close. Yeah, Daniel, fantastic bucktails. All right, guys, listen. 11:40 Chicago time. I appreciate you. I'm glad I jumped on tonight. A lot of guys popped in with salesmen here. Yeah, absolutely. You guys, this is it. I showed you some of the colors tonight. I so much wanted to release these, but like I said, these are all molded off of my own stuff, and there's a new production mold coming that I want to show you, but I just have to wait until it's done. Probably within the next couple of weeks, the final production mold is going to be done, and these are going to be available. And how are they going to be available? They're going to be available for me. Whatever Venmo, PayPal. They're going to be $6 a pop. My intention is to charge $5 for shipping. I'm probably going to learn what shipping really costs. They're going to come in an envelope. Everything's above board. But that they're coming. They're my designs. The intent is to create a micro football jig that can be fished shallow with a degree of translucency. It's going to change based on the bottom conditions and the light penetration of the water and the design colorways that have not been available in the industry so far. So they're going to be limited batches. I'm not going to release the entire everything I showed you guys tonight. I'm not going to release. If you message me, I'm sure I will do stuff for you and try and work with you, which I'm always willing to do. But I'm not looking for another full-time job. I'm not looking for a part-time job. I'm looking to do this small batch on the side, and a lot of people aren't going to be able to get them. And maybe a lot of people aren't going to want them. But I'm going to tell you something. They are extremely stout hook. They catch smallmouth. They've been crushing all last fall and all last spring. Swam and on the bottom. Undoubtedly, they're going to catch fish. So regardless of the colorways you go for, they're going to be awesome. And I will try and help advise you along the way. But I get on tonight and hang out a little bit because I haven't been on for a while. I appreciate you all a lot. You guys, I would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button. Leave a comment below, even if you say Kuda was half in the bag tonight. Kuda was shared all his jig colors tonight that no one will ever see. I don't care what you say. I appreciate you all. I do this for, like I said, the whopping phenomenal $3.80 that YouTube pays me a month. But I really don't care. The intention is I want to get jigs in people's hands that they are excited to own and they're excited to fish, that are different than anything else they've ever seen. And I'm going to do it. And I appreciate everyone who's been in chance. Tyrone Bruce, I haven't seen your name before. Dude, I appreciate you tremendously, dude. But everyone that's in chat, you guys, listen, it is what it is. I'm not here to dazzle you. I'm just here to tell you about the Jig Squad experience. And this has been it. Peace. I will see you later. I appreciate you all. Later, folks. We're out.